Bella had just boarded the plane when she noticed something strange. The flight was supposed to be fully booked, but there were only a few passengers in the cabin. Bella sat down suspiciously and noticed that the lights above her head were flickering. Soon, she heard a commotion behind her. It turned out that an elderly woman was demanding to get off the plane, but the plane was already preparing to take off. Bella rushed over to help. It turned out that she was a psychologist. She realized that the elderly woman was having a panic attack. After Bella's careful counseling, the elderly woman finally calmed down. However, just as Bella returned to her seat, she heard a metallic scraping sound above her head. It continued for a long time. Bella's heart began to race. She hurriedly got up and ran into the restroom. She splashed cold water on her face, trying to calm herself down. At that moment, she heard her mother's voice coming from outside the door. However, her mother had passed away long ago. Bella also noticed that the restroom door was different. Curious, she pushed the door open. To her surprise, she found herself back at her childhood home. At that moment, her mother's voice came from the bedroom. Bella hurriedly opened the door, but she found herself back in the aircraft cabin. She was confused by everything she saw, unable to distinguish what was real. Just as she was about to return to her seat, she felt a shadow behind her, but when she turned around, the shadow had vanished into thin air. Just as Bella was about to go over to take a closer look, a hand suddenly rested on her shoulder. It was the flight attendant, informing her to return to her seat as the plane was about to take off. Soon, the plane took off smoothly, and all the passengers in the cabin fell asleep. At this moment, the flight attendant was sitting in her seat in a strange manner, and all the windows on the plane had turned red. Under the red light, Bella dreamed that she had returned to her childhood and was eating with her mother. However, the moment Bella looked up, she saw her mother's face covered in blood in the mirror. She was so scared that she looked at her mother again, only to find that her mother's face had become eerily distorted. Bella suddenly woke up from her dream and realized that nothing in the cabin had changed. However, an accident soon occurred. As the plane shook, an elderly man suddenly felt unwell and fainted in his seat. Bella rushed over and asked everyone to lay the man flat. Just as she was about to treat him, something strange happened.